Hello, everyone. Good evening and happy Thursday. Hello, Candy. Hello, Francie. Hello, Penny. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Walter. Hello, Denise. Oh, well, thank you, Francie. I washed my hair. That's all it is, just a little spit shine. Hello, Jalissa. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Monique. Hi, everybody. So, as I stated a couple of videos ago, every single Thursday, we are doing a Brutify Thursday. And all that means is I am taking some products or some cards or some designs from our incredible inspiration team, and I am brutifying, which just means putting my spin on their projects. And tonight, I couldn't choose just one. And I feel like that's going to be a reoccurring theme in the upcoming months, that I'm not going to be able to choose just one project to do, because our team, I hope you're all following along, with our team and how incredibly talented they are and just the amazing things that they have been creating with our new products. And the two that I am going to be recreating tonight are from Sarah and Walter. And I know that I saw Walter in the chat, but I don't know if Sarah is here. She may pop on later, but I don't tell them generally that I'm going to be making the card unless I need a little help from the team here to get things ready. But tonight I was able to get it all together on my own, surprisingly. So we're going to head down to the table and we're going to show you the two cards that we're going to be switching up a little bit tonight. Okay, so let's head down to the table. And the two cards that we're going to be doing tonight. Hello, Walter. Sarah, S-A-R-A, Sarah Scraps. So the first card I'm going to be doing tonight is Walter's card. And just ignore the date at the top. That just means it goes into a book. And that's how I know when I did the card. So Sarah S, I believe. I'll show you it in a second. So I'm going to be switching up Walter's card tonight. And then secondly, we are going to be doing Sarah's card tonight. So let me show you the two. And I did, I always like to change things up whenever I'm doing them to make them different enough, but still the same as what their concept was, if that makes sense. So I do want to change them up enough that it is, it looks different enough, but I also do not want to change it up too much so it doesn't look like the original card that I am intending on recreating, if that makes sense. So we're going to start with Walter, and I'm going to move Sarah's over to the side. Now, what this means is, obviously, whenever I recreate their card, I then send them the card that I have recreated of theirs to kind of thank them for letting me recreate and redo their card. So I believe that actually Heather or Jess are the ones that make sure that the cards get to you. So thank you, Heather and Jess, for making sure that that happens. So let's break down Walter's card to start. So it's beautiful and elegant, but very simple, which is, I think, something that we're always looking for. Now, to break it down, we can obviously see that we have a couple of different layers. We have a black background. We have used the doily die here. And I am going to switch things up a little bit, and I'm going to recreate this with some different textures. So we already have some glitter here, but I want to kind of recreate things. So I'm going to tell you kind of what we're going to do as we go through it. So I'm going to move this off to the side, and let's talk about some products that I'm going to use tonight. So first and foremost, we are going to use for one of our layers, one of our, what's the word I'm looking for? One of our doily layers. We are going to use some of the specialty cardstock. This is the Chunky Hollow Glitter cardstock. This cardstock is absolutely sensational. I don't know if y'all have had a chance to use it yet, but it is one of my absolute favorite cardstocks to use. Secondly, we are going to use some of my foil from ThermoWeb. This is the Silver Sketch. I thought that these two played very nicely together. And we're going to use a little bit of the Easy Cut adhesive. This is going to make it very simple for us to add the foil on. We're going to talk about that. Oh, well, Sarah, I'm doing this card tonight too. If you just got here, I'm doing both of these. And then we are going to use the new Craft Perfect mirror card. This is the black. I am obsessed with this paper. You're going to see me using this a lot. I really, really love this this paper because of the thickness and the mirror of it. It's not super mirrory. And then we're going to use some of the Nacho Mama's cardstock. The Nacho Mama's cardstock has been probably one of my most favorite things that we've come out with in a long time. If you've not tried it yet, I encourage you to get some. It is 130 pound. And I love to use this whenever I am die cutting like sentiments or big doilies or, you know, so on and so forth. So let's start with, let me move these things out of the way. So first and foremost, we are going to get our doily cut out. So we're going to cut out actually 3 different doilies. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with our largest one. And we are going to cut out the circles just like Walter did on his card. So if you take a look at this, there are 2 ways that you can cut out this doily. So you can, this here in the center, this is not a cutting surface. So in order to cut that, you would need to take your secondary die that comes with your set, and let me show you what it looks like when you get it. When you get your doily die, it's gonna come beautifully packaged in the Brutus Monroe packaging, just like this, and it's going to all be together. So you're going to get the big die that doesn't have a cutting surface. You're going to get the circle that will then fit inside to cut that out. You're going to get your secondary doily die with a circle that cuts that out, and then your final die, okay? So what I'm going to do is to kind of facilitate this at the same time, I'm going to cut out, since we're already going to cut out the center of this, I'm going to cut out my small doily and my larger doily at the same time, because that's just going to help us to get this kind of rolling a little bit quicker, because I am being a little bit ambitious tonight and making 2 cards, but luckily for our secondary card I have some things already completed. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way, and this is again a pretty simple card to put together. Excuse me. So now let me grab our coverall adhesive. Uh-oh. Didn't I just show all of you the coverall? Oh, here it is. Oh, my Lord. We called it coverall. It's actually called Easy Cut. Okay? Yeah, I did it that way. Again, I create these things for me, and I just hope that you guys will like them. And I think that it works out really great. So let me go ahead and moment. Cut this piece in half first. And then we'll grab place this right on top of here. And we're actually, let me just cut, well, do I want to cut it down? Yeah, let's cut it down a little bit. So let's first place this on top here. And then we'll just cut it down on the side here a little bit. We can reuse that. We can reuse this little strip on something else. I'm not using the dot, I'm using the full sheet adhesive. Okay. And we're going to place this like so, and this like so, and it will all make sense to you in a moment, okay? And we can't put any pixie tape on there because it's not going to work because of the release paper. So let me run this through. And it's important that it's adhesive backer side up. We're going to run that through twice because it is not your mama's. Okay. And this will then give us a very, very good base to adhesify our foil onto it. All right. Oh yes, there is a very exciting birthday box this time around. So now, see how I cut that out because we're not going to need it anyway? Now I'm going to place this through. And I am going to try to use a little bit of the pixie tape because I don't want this to move. But you'll see that this can be run straight through. Oh, the pixie tape might hold on to it. So that we get our circle cut out of the center. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Run that through the lawnmower as well. And then we're not wasting that centerpiece area. All right. Perfect. So now you'll see, let me peel this off of here ever so gently. Now you'll see how we have our perfect circle out of the center. And you can do it either way. You can do it with the circle, without the circle. It's completely up to you. It's built to fit, built to suit. All right, so now we're going to pop out all of our doily pieces here. This is a pretty simple process. But you want to pop these out before you peel off the adhesive portion. And the reason for that is if you don't, your foil is going to end up sticking to all of the pieces that are supposed to be popped out that you don't really want the foil to stick to, because this is going to go from a very, very stark white background to something that I think you're going to think is very spectacular. I mean, I think it's going to be very spectacular, so I hope you feel the same way. The birthday box, so we have multiple additional boxes every year that we do. There's the birthday box, there's the pride box, there is the Christmas box, and there is a Halloween box. In the birthday box every year, I work to design something that's a little different than what we normally do. And this year, it's one that's very special to me, and I hope that you all enjoy it as much as I enjoyed getting it together. And that will be announced, I believe, the first Friday in April, I believe, is when the birthday box gets announced. And then it ships out generally the end of April. And we usually only make about 100 of them. Last year it was the Retro Rewind box. This year it's a little bit different from that. Actually, it's a lot of bit different from that. The theme of the birthday box this year is the theater. You'll see very soon. And the backdrop behind me is going to change based upon that theme in April. It is all about the theater. It is called the No Day But Today box. And I think you might all love it. I hope you do, because I love it. Think theater marquees and Bravo and tickets and stages and curtains. I think we all know someone that, yes, I think we all know someone that is in the theater or has been in the theater, or, you know, little ones that perform, and I thought it was going to be perfect because I'm always looking for stuff for things like that. All right, so now we're just going to pop out all of our little pieces on this guy in the center. Is everybody having a good Thursday so far? I hope so. Yes, I am a musical theater lover as well, and it is very, very musical theater-y. I think you will all enjoy it. But the April release is all about fairy tales, fairy tales and dragons and princes and princesses and storybooks. And it's a really, really fun release. We're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff with dragons and fairy tales. Yeah, I hope we don't have any more snow here because I'm 100% over it. I am done with the snow. I am ready, 100% ready for spring. Beyond ready. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and pop out the rest of our little pieces here. Just got one more. And you're going to want to be a little bit more careful when you use the adhesive on the back because, or in our case, the adhesive on the front, because it's going to it's going to be a little more difficult to weed things out, just because obviously the adhesive is, you know, it's adding an extra layer to it. So all I'm going to do is I'm now going to take off my adhesive top portion, which is where we added the adhesive on. So I'm just going to peel this off like so. And you will see that it's just white. It's very boring. Not very Brutify, that's for sure. It's just white. And I think I have a little piece left here. I do. There we go. It's very satisfying to pull that off of there. And all we're going to do is, this is a very sticky adhesive, so we're going to take our Brutus Monroe foil, the static, we're just going to place it right on top. Okay? And if it gets a little wrinkly, that's okay. You can go back over it. But you're just going to gently press. You don't want it, this is not time for a burnishing tool. This is just, use your fingers. Don't use the what's the word I'm looking for? Do not use the bone folder for this. You want to really burnish it well. And then once we lift this, we're going to get it started. You just kind of got to get it to release. And then we're just going to peel this off. And look at how beautiful that doily is. Isn't that stunning? Oh, I love Witchy Poo. Witchy Poo was my favorite. If anybody can find me the Witchy Poo Funko Pop, I would love you forever. I think it was like an Australia exclusive. And Witchy Poo was always my favorite. Always my favorite. So now we're just going to burnish this one down with our fingers. And lift this off. And look at that. Now our little center guy is also foiled, okay? So now for our little middle friend, we're going to use this glitter stock that if you have never used this glitter stock before, I want you to try it because it is our chunky glitter stock, and boy, oh boy, is it incredible. It's really, really cool. It's very chunky. The glitter does not come off. The glitter, just like our others, it is screen printed on. And we're going to do these at the same time this time, because we can stick onto here. So you'll notice when you use them together that this fits right inside of there, and you'll be able to tell when you're centered, okay? So let me grab a little bit more pixie tape. Oh, Melissa, you should see the Funko Pops in my office. We should post, I don't know if we have we'll have to post a picture. I have a couple. All right, so we place that right in the center there. Then we'll send this through the lawnmower. All right. And it also, I should have said this also cuts like a dream too. So there we go. Oh, I have a Funko Pop of me. I do have a Funko Pop of me, and I don't know if Miss... oh, hold on. Miss Cindy Youngstead is here, but she actually had a Funko Pop made of Rob for me. So we have 2 Funko Pops in my office, one of me and one of him. Now the only thing that's tough is, you know, trying to figure out where you gotta weed stuff out at. Because it's very glittery. I mean, you can definitely tell as you go around, but it's not like weeding it out of white paper, obviously. But this is quite the spectacular, I can tell you that much. This is very, very, very pretty. Oh, yes, we do have a die set that has the Christopher Funko Pop in it. Thank you, whoever posted that. I'm assuming that's Miss Penny. I forgot about that set. They surprised me with that last year on my birthday. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. This is like this one is a showstopper. This one, I mean, look at that. I want to cut everything out of this paper, and I think I know exactly. The next month, the die of the month is again fairy tale themed. It's a castle snow globe like extravaganza. You'll see it. But I think I want to do the base of the. I would love to do the base of the snow globe with this, or maybe the castle with this. I don't know yet. I'll let y'all know when we go live with it. All right, just popping out the rest of the pieces here. We are in the home stretch. All right. Oh, nope, one more. Sorry, I missed it. Okay. Yes, I am using the mirror card for the base, but I'm going to give it a little oomph. I'm going to give it a little visual interest, and you'll see what I mean. So, now that this is all kind of punched out, weeded out, I'll show you what it looks like, because I am just enthralled with it. And imagine, I mean, these three pieces together are just going to be stunning. All right. And then for our mirror card, so you can see it's very mirrored. We're going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4 because we're going to need a little border. Okay. Because I think we're going to use a little bit of that glitter for our background. And then I'm going to use a scoreboard. We sell these at Brutus Monroe. And I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to score at every line. And you're going to see this is going to give us a beautiful pattern on the back. Because since it's mirror card, you can see every pattern through. This mirror card is really great for also doing embossing through, like with a embossing folder. Okay, now when I flip it over, when the light catches it, do you see how we've added that visual interest to it? I believe it's an 1/8, yes. See how cool that is now? So it went from this, you know, very, very plain, but still very elegant, to this. So we almost made it look corrugated. All right. Fun, I think. So now let me cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to be doing card fronts today because I ran out of card bases. No, I didn't. Heather put a whole bunch here for me. I lied. Then we're going to put this puppy together. And then we're on to our next card. Almost on time. The next one is not as labor intensive, like with die cutting. So we should be good. Okay. So as you can see, that's going to give us just a little bit of extra glamour around the outside. So I'm going to do a mixture of liquid adhesive and dry adhesive. I always do that when I'm using like these heavier cardstocks, just for like a little bit of an insurance policy. So I'm going to grab my Barely Art glue. That name always makes me giggle because it's like, well, it's barely art. I don't know why that always made me laugh. Oh, Sarah, I have some sneaky tricks up my sleeves. I didn't change it too much, but I instantly thought of something when I saw your card. So you'll see soon what tricks I have up my sleeves. All right, so now you can see we have that incredible background. It's just like you just want to, I always tell you, y'all, when you're creating your cards, the number one thing that I think I pay attention to the most, or the things that I try to do the most with my cards, is I try to just add a sense of wonder to them. Like, how did they do that part? Like, how did that part, you're trusting me out, not cutting that color card into. Oh, yeah, wow. Luckily, I have an unlimited supply, Melissa. I have an unlimited supply, but Melissa is correct. You should cut out this part here with something so that you're not you're not wasteful. But luckily, I am the luckiest guy when it comes to the arts and crafts world. Oh my Lord, Penny. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for saying that, Penny, because one time I said to everybody that I couldn't find my what was my doll when I was little? I couldn't find my, oh my goodness, why can I not think of her name? Scowleen. I couldn't find my Scowleen. And I got, no joke, 7 of them came in the mail. And I am so fortunate to have all of you to do that for me, but I now have, I'll never ever not have a Scowleen. We're going to use our sticky dots for the doilies. These are my best kept secret, but it's not a secret anymore, for when, who's Scowleen? Oh my goodness, should I go get her? I'll go get her after this card. I'll grab the one that's, well, no, I won't grab the one that's in the box. So how I use the sticky dots is I'm going to do these all at the same time. I just place them down on the dots, pretty side up, and then I cover it with the release paper. To get it good and burnished down. Okay? And then you're just going to peel these off, and now it has sticky adhesive all over the back of it. So there is our first piece. Oh my goodness, that's okay. Listen, if I have 10 of them, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. Thank you all so much for being so kind and generous to find me a witchy poo. And then we'll place this guy in the center here. Oh, this guy might need a little bit more sticky dot. I might actually go back in and add a little bit of glue to these, just because this is, yeah, because then I'll have one for home. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was an oopsie whoopsie. My glue tip just came undone. Hold on. That's never happened before on a live. But there's a first time for everything. It just exploded. Oh my goodness. We're going to twist that back on there and clean that off. Walter, I apologize. Your card is going to have a little extra glue on it. But you'll know that it's the one that I made live because of the extra glue. Now this would be a beautiful, an anniversary card. And I'm going to put my sentiment in the center. Walter put his on the bottom, but I want to put mine on in the center. So I'll move these out of the way. Yeah, 3 of them. I might get 3. I don't know. Who knows? All right. So now you can see just how beautiful. And that was, it was very simple. Very simple to put together. And now let's get ourselves a sentiment. I want to use a sentiment from the new stamp set. Inspirational Wreath. This was part of Spring Fling. And I've been using this a lot lately. I love the sentiments on this. Mostly probably because I designed them. But I tell you guys all the time, I design things that I want to use, not things that are just going to be floating around out there. So let me grab a piece of my Not Your Mama's that I just used. We're going to do waste not, want not situation here, because I do have some that still has the adhesive on the back. So I think that's gonna really help out our situation here. Oh, this is a block. We used to have these blocks. I guess we could get these back at some point. Yeah, they're the Brutus Monroe. This is an oldie but goodie. If you have one of these blocks, you've been with us for a very long time. Yeah, we're going to be bringing back the circle blocks at some point soon. That's been in the works for a while. Probably for the 10-year anniversary, we're going to bring them back. That's the plan. We have a lot coming up for the 10-year anniversary, and we only have a little bit of time to plan it. Will the mirrored cardstock get restocked? It should be in stock. What one is missing? Which one is missing? Because the one I'm using is in stock. I know that for a fact, because I ordered a lot of it because I'm going to use it a lot. So if it's something that I'm planning on using a lot, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see that it's going to be in stock for a while. Actually, I might place mine at the bottom too, only because I think it might be too big. So let's adjust these just a little bit here. Luckily, you have a little bit of wiggle room with the adhesive dots. It takes them about 20 minutes to dry completely. There we go. All right, let's run this through the lawnmower. Yeah, we'll get those back in stock. Yeah, but I can tell you, you are getting one of them in your kit next month. I can't remember which one. If Heather's here, she'll tell us, but you're getting one of them in your kit next month. Oh my goodness. There goes my scoreboard. It's okay. I think my dies just flew across the room too. That's what I get for kicking the table. Actually, oh, there they are. No fear. I found them. I'm just glad I found that die, because I would be looking for it forever. It flew clear across the room. It was, yeah, I kicked, so I have this like table that's next to me that is here for like overflow stuff when I'm live, and I just kicked it in it. We darn near almost had to cut the live. All right, so we have our Hello Friend. This already has, no, that lawnmower, I mean, I think I could toss it across the room and it wouldn't break. All right. So now we got our little Hello Friend down here at the bottom. And there we go. So simple. Just had to, actually, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I don't know. I guess the center it would have been okay. There we go. And there we are. Just so much shimmer shine. I'll probably add some gems to it once it's completely dry. But I mean, just so simple. What kind of lawnmower do I recommend? It's a Sizzix Switch. All right, there you go. That's very shiny. Super shiny, shimmery, splendid. All right, I'm going to set this back here to dry completely. Oh, it's really shiny. And let's go back to Sarah's card. So what I did to kind of brutify and change this one up a little bit is I added some, I used, and I don't know if Sarah did on this one, she can let us know. I actually went in and I used the SVG from the the SVG that was offered with this stencil. So this is the Build a Butterfly stencil. So what I did was I actually cut them out with my Cricut, and I went over the top of them with the stencil, the little with some of the silver. So this is what's so important. This is what the silver chroma glaze looks like in the container. Okay. This is what it looks like when it's dry. So very, very different, very different. And then this is the copper chroma glaze, and this is what it looks like when it's dry. Isn't that wild? I think that's so wild. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is I used a little bit of our favorite repositionable adhesive. I took my butterflies, which I cut no less than 723 of them out, so I have them for other things, because I mean, and it cuts, you know, the acetate beautifully. I'm going to be doing another card with these with some alcohol inks. I'm going to show you that next week. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel my butterfly off of here. And then on the back, because this is completely dry, and I just set them, I just set them on here just to be able to apply all the stuff. And then this is with glitter glaze. So this one I did with some of the unicorn horn glitter glaze. And on the back, all you have to do is just gently rub off your removable adhesive, or repositionable, I guess they call it, and it's clean as a whistle. See that? And now it's like, you're going to see how you're going to be able to see that through. So then I cut out some other butterflies on some Raven cardstock, and what we're going to do is we're going to put these two together, and it's going to create just an absolutely stunning butterfly. This one is going to get its wings kind of folded just ever so slightly on either side, to which that will then give us this beautiful 3D looking butterfly. But this down below, that's not very Christopher Allen. That's not very, it's kind of, you know, we need a little oomph to that, right? So I want to introduce you to a new product tonight. Actually, this product was suggested and created by Melissa, who is here with us tonight. And that is our brand new embossing glaze, okay? So this is basically our embossing ink formulation. I cut them out with the SVG. And we are going to emboss this. So what you can do is I'm just going to take a little bit of my embossing glaze here, and I'm just going to paint the edges of my wings. And I want this to be very haphazardly painted. Okay, so I'm just painting the edges of my wings. See that? Can you see how that's painted on there? Okay, put this back into my jar. And SVG does work in the Joy, yes. And then tap that off, tap, tap, tap. And now you'll see how this is just going to give us the perfect amount of embossing on the tips of our wings. See that? Isn't that cool? Right? Literally cut a billion of them out. That's what I did. Now, again, we're going to take our little embossing glaze, and we're just going to tap it. Because we don't want, like if you used an embossing ink pad, the problem you're going to run into is you're not going to be able to get very precise coverage. But with this, we can be very precise. Or precise adjacent. All right? So now I can just actually dip this into the leftover embossing powder. Let's close this puppy up. And now, hit this with our heat gun. And now look at how beautiful, I'm going to show you in 1 second, because it does take a half a second more to dry because you are putting your embossing ink on thicker than you normally would. Oh, yes, using it with stencils, I mean, magnificent. You would get a line, yes. You would get a line. So now you can see, since that's dry, look at how beautiful our wings are on our butterfly. You could splatter with it, yes. So now you can see our butterfly has extra dimension, all right? So let me go ahead and take some of the glue, and we're just going to put some glue right down the center while we prepare the rest of our card. So I'm just going to place that right like so. And grab my tool here. Make sure I get that smushed down in there very well. There we go. And once it's dry, which this will dry pretty quickly, you can see how three-dimensional and beautiful that is. Just absolutely, yes, my stabby tool. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So back to the card. So what we need to do is we're going to need some pancetto, which you'll be happy to know if you're a pancetto lover. We have more pancetto coming because you all love it so much and have been buying it like crazy. So we have more pancetto coming. And I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to use some Not Your Mamas on the background because we do want a little oomph to this. Yes, more colors and shapes. More colors and shapes. We'll hopefully be here in April. Okay, so we're going to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 because we do want this to be the full background. And then for our pancetto, we are going to cut that down. We don't have to really worry about it being perfect right now. We can cut it down further later. But remember, with the pancetto, you can cut it with your trimmer. Okay. And we'll cut this down. I guess we'll cut it down to exactly 5 1/2 because why not? Might as well. Okay. And we are going to use, again, wait till you see how incredible this fits on top of here with a little border. It's like it was made for this. Wow, because it was. So now again, I'm going to grab my sticky dots. Because sticky dots really are the best thing to use with pancetto. If you would like, you can absolutely, without a problem, use some glue, like some spray glue. But I can tell you that this round of pancetto is low. We are low on this one. And they are limited releases. They will not be restocked right away. So we're going to place this down just like that. Again, grab your release sheet. Place your release sheet on top. You always have like a little piece of a release sheet. This always drives me bonkers, but it's okay. Put that down like so. Then we can lift this off. All right. And save this, because all these dots that are in between here, you can still use. And then when you peel this off, this is now sticky, okay? Very sticky. So now we're going to take this. Place it right there in the center. And now this is not going anywhere. Look at this. Hold on, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in for that beautiful Punchetto footage. Look at that rainbow. And all those teeny tiny butterflies. Hat tip to the beans. Yep, that beautiful bean footage. All right, and this card is almost done. Really easy for you to make. I'm going to grab one of the Brutus Monroe pre-scored, pre-cut card bases, because you should never leave home without them. And why not? Let's just use the rest of this sticky back to apply our card base on. Why not? There we go. There we are. Okay. Oh, crazy. Crazy is Crazy and Gems are, well, Crazy was my confirmation name and Gems is my communion name. So it's a given. It is a given. Okay. I already have all the gems on standby. All right. So we can attach now our butterfly on, and look at how it's already dry. Look at that. Shining, shimmering splendor. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. Let's grab a little bit of glue. Place that right in the center there. Or again, center adjacent. Listen, with this card, one of the main reasons that I chose it is because Sarah gave me a license to gem with this card because of how many gems are on this card. So I'm going to use, this is the Welcome Home Sequin Pack. I don't know if we still have these in stock. It's been a while since we've had our sequin packs. Well, you'll be happy to know, I think we're going to start doing some of our... We're going to start re-releasing our sequins, but we're going to do them in jars. Because I'm not about this bag life anymore. All right. So we're going to start with the purple sequins. And again, with this card, you really want to be pretty sequin or gem heavy. Oh, it's out of stock. It's not really out of stock. I'll fix it. Give me 1 second. It's just being manufactured. We went through more than I thought we would ever go through. Hold on. Build a butterfly. Let me fix that for you. All better. It should be under new products. It is called Embossing Glaze. Yes, it is on the website. There you go, everyone. That's the Embossing Glaze link. Okay. So next up, we're going to do some gems. Actually, let's do a couple more sequins first. Before I get into gem territory. I forgot about how beautiful these sequins are. Just because I haven't used them in a while. But then once you start using them again, you get a very generous supply in these bags. Yes, there is not a die yet, but I have a feeling since that stencil is going to be an evergreen product because you all have loved it so much, I have a feeling there will be a die that will come out for it soon. And we're just going to keep on adding some gems, just wherever. Some that are closer together, some that are further apart. Because we really want to create the look of kind of flight, I guess you would say. You want to use smaller gems and larger gems. But it is one of the most popular stencils we've ever done. Generally, the buildable stencils are very popular because you can do a lot with them. Yeah, that would be something that would be very easy for us to, very easy for us to do, and very easy to manufacture. And plus, I would love to have one too, so that brings it to the top of the, to-do list because I really would love one too. All right. So I think that's... I know you did. You have been using these in abundance. So there's our little gems. I think I might want one more here. 2 more here. 7 more there. Hello, Catherine. Are you excited for the magazine to release tomorrow, my friend? I am. If y'all are with me on the live tomorrow, you will have the opportunity to get the magazine for free. Do y'all want to see? I have to go grab Scowleen, so I can grab the magazine. I can't show you the full magazine yet, but I think I'm allowed to show you our little expose in it. I think that's okay. Is it okay for me to show just my... I won't show anything but the Brutus Monroe thing. Is that okay? All right, so look at all that sparkle, and then with the pancetto, and then we'll just add a sentiment. And I think that's all it needs, right? Work always gets in the way, doesn't it? I mean, mine doesn't, but I could share. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go grab the magazine to show you our little article piece in it, and then I'm going to grab Scowleen to show you. I'll be right back. And then this is the other card that we made tonight for Walter. So hold on. BRB, I just got to run. I got to run to my office. It's not too far away. If there was a door where there would be an appropriate door, I could just walk right in, but I don't like to be sneak attacked, so there's only one door. Okay, I'm back. So, things are falling, and I'm not even in here. Okay. So first, let me introduce you to Scowleen. So, this is Scowleen. When I was little, there's a story, I have to still put a sentiment on here, but when I was little, Scowleen is from a show that's called Moon Dreamers. I have no idea what just fell down. We'll figure it out tomorrow. So Moon Dreamers was this show that I was obsessed with when my sister was obsessed with it, and it was like this really cutesy show. Well, this was the villain. Her name was Scowleen, and she's gorgeous. And when I was little, I wanted this doll so bad. Like, literally, so she glows in the dark. She's so creepy. She glows in the dark. She's absolutely stunning, beautiful, and the envy of so many people's eyes. And I wanted this doll so bad, and my mom would not buy her for me because she said that she was ugly. She was like, I'm not buying you that ugly doll. I'm not, she's hideous, she's scary, blah, blah, blah. So my dear sweet pap, HP, whom the HP's Garage stamp set was created for, he bought her for me. And so I could not find her. I'm sure that my original one is probably in my mom's attic somewhere. And one day I mentioned Scowling because we have a Scowling embossing powder, and I probably don't have one readily available to show you. But the Scowling embossing powder was created for her, and it's a beautiful embossing powder. It's got greens and purples and glow in the dark in it and black, and it's so beautiful. And I said something about her one day on a live, and I said, oh my goodness, I wish I could find my Scowling. I was so obsessed with her whenever I was little. And no joke, about 2 weeks later, like 7 of them showed up at Brutus Monroe. So now I will never be without my Scowling. I mean, this should give you some connotation into why I'm as wacky as I am, because this was my doll and I loved her so much. Oh no, Scowling, she's real life. She's real life. And look at her. She even has, look at her stockings. This is me. Look at her. Scowling. And I love her so much. But yeah, we do have an embossing powder called Scowling. And let me look in my bin real quick. I don't think I have one easily to... Oh, I do! I think this is it. Hold on. Here it is. So this is the Scowling embossing powder. She is a tiny bit creepy. Well, you know, my dear sweet Catherine, that I do love creepy. Actually, for SCT every year, there's a special thing that's written into all the teachers that says that I'm not allowed to do anything creepy or Halloweeny. So don't worry, this year I'm not doing it. But this is what she looks like, obviously. And this is how I designed her label to look like, because it has the eyes from her dress, but it matches her perfectly. Like it's a beautiful embossing powder. Not to just be used for Halloween, but for any occasion, right? Oh, we're going to put that right next to her. She can hold it. All right, so we are going to finish up this card in a second. Remember, this was our inspiration, and this is the Brutified version. But let me show you. So I think the cover, I don't know if the cover has been released yet for this, but this is the new Scrapbooking Cards Today that releases tomorrow. And we are so honored to be a part of this magazine. I love touching it every single time we get a new one. And there's something about the magazine just smells so good. So I'm not going to show you the full inside. You'll have an opportunity tomorrow when you place an online order that we pack to get this. Hold on, I'm going to move it out to the side because I don't want to show you yet. It's top secret. But here on page 52 is me. So a fun little thing. Love you. Wait, did she say she loves me or loves someone else? I love Catherine, even if she was said she loves someone else. So this is our little ad, and this wheelbarrow has all of our spring release in it. And there's a really funny story about this picture. Let me zoom out a little bit. We took this photo when there was still snow on the ground. And I mean, it was snowing all over the place. I mean, literally there was snow everywhere. And through the magic, and actually right here, there was a dumpster, a big blue dumpster right beside me. Through the magic of AI, we were able to create this beautiful spring garden around me. And this bunny rabbit also is not real. Neither are these flowers. Neither is any of this foliage. Neither is this bird. None of this is real except for me and the wheelbarrow. That is the only thing that is real in this picture. We were so happy that we got a sunny day outside. But none of this is real. The only thing that's real, again, is me and the wheelbarrow. And, Jess convinced me again to be in the ad, which I think from here on out, I'll always be in the ads because we just have so much fun taking the pictures, and they get me into some real crazy situations. I think for our holiday one, I'll probably be dressed as Santa Claus with stuff in, our holiday release in my Santa satchel. But yes, none of this is real. The whole entire thing. And I was freezing in this outfit because it was like 23 degrees outside when we took this picture. So that is that. So you'll be able to get this tomorrow. I believe you'll be able to download it from the SCT website. And also, please, if you haven't taken a look at, let me do a front facing for this one. If you haven't taken a look at the SCT event that is coming up this fall, please click. I can almost guarantee that Candy or not, well, maybe Candy or Penny are going to post a link for you real quick. I'm going to be teaching. I'm honored to be teaching again. I'm so honored to be back. This will be my third one that I'm teaching at, and it is the best. Oh yes, join SCT for the card event closes tomorrow, so you have to join by tomorrow for the card event. But I am teaching you a really fun class that involves inks and rub-on transfers and stamping and all sorts of really, really fun things. So please, if you are able to, go ahead over, take a look at it. The dais of the talent that I will be teaching with just absolutely blows me away. I'm teaching with all of my besties, which, I mean, luckiest guy to be able to teach with all of them. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be so much fun. I mean, it's everyone. I mean, it's everyone in the industry all together in one space, hanging out and having fun with you. And boy, do we have a good time. we have, I mean, I have a really great time. I think everybody else does too, but I have so much fun. So much fun at the event. All right, back down to the table. Because you know me, I get on a tangent and it'll be midnight before I'm done. So here, now this is all dry. So let's grab ourselves a sentiment. I think we'll probably use, let's see. Let's do You Are the Best, shall we? My humor, I don't know, it's something. It's a gaggle of cuckoo is what my humor is. It is a gaggle of cuckoo, but we sure do have fun. We sure do have fun. I was thinking of some of the things that we were talking about. A porch swing or something, I can't remember. We had so much fun. Well, we had a lot of fun at the last one too. I mean, we were cackling at the last one, but the first one I did, whew, we were carrying on. All right, so I'm going to use this again, this piece of Nacho Mama's that already has the adhesive on the back because, duh. I mean, let's work smarter, not harder. And those, of course, are the dies that fell on the floor while I was hurricaning through. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay. Would it be? It wouldn't be that simple. Here it is. Okay. Where did I put my pixie tape? Oh my goodness, I got so excited. I'm throwing things. There we go. All right. Oh, it is a comedy show. It's something. It's something, I'll tell you that much. We sure do have fun. If nothing else, we learn and we have fun. We certainly do. You are the best, and I think that's going to be perfect right down here. What do you think? Oh, yeah, done. Signed, sealed, delivered, done. All right, let's take this off of here, shall we? Because we have a little bit of pixie tape. And let's peel off the back here because it's already adhesified. And then we will add our sentiment on there. And there we go. I hope I did it. Nope. Hold on. It's like wild. I can see better on the camera than I can. And I think it's because, there we go. It's because I am just so used to looking up at the monitor. So there we go. Oh, the Devil's Tricycle. Yes, I sure did. So this is, so let's take a look at our inspiration and then our final cards real quick. Oh, hold on. Let me sign this for Sarah. All right, there we go. So again, this was our, yes, I send you the card if I make it. So this was the inspiration. This was my brutified version of it. And then for Walter, we have Walter's version of the card. And then my version of it. Okay, where we just change things up just ever so slightly. So these will go into the mail to you probably next week, I would say is probably when it will happen. Yeah. So that's it, my beautiful friends. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. Recap the glaze. Recap the glaze. Where? Recap the glaze. What did I do? What glaze? Uh-oh. Oh, this glaze? Okay, I'll recap it again. Hold on, let me go to the top view. So this is the embossing glaze that I used for the butterfly. So the butterfly you can see here on the wings. See how I was able to add just a little bit of embossing powder there. You can now take our new embossing glaze and you can add just a little bit, it has a little brush on it, add just a little bit onto your project, really however you want. If you want to do a splatter of it, if you want to do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. Spread that out. And I want to kind of do it like really haphazardly so you can see how you can really see the brush marks. And then you're going to take your, and this just launched today. And then you will take your embossing powder. Let's use mine and Gina's embossing powder, one of my favorites. The Wisteria Lane. It's a pretty one. Imagine just doing that like on the background behind a sentiment. I think that would look great. Oh, it was the scoreboard that fell. Oh, thank you, Dawn. So now we'll heat set this. And you can see how intricate those brush strokes are. And there we go. So I'm sure, as you can imagine, there are a million different applications you can use for this. You have the joy. It will cut out the butterflies. Absolutely. You just have to get the SVG. That's all. Just have to get the SVG, which is available on our website. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so very much. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is simply a memory or your own ending. A huge shout out and a special thank you to Catherine for joining us from SCT Magazine. She is a very, very busy young lady, and for her to stop in and say hello is quite the treat. So remember to create something, like I said, every single day, whether that is just a memory or your own ending. And I love you all very much, and I will see you all. I'm the one that is hosting the live packing tomorrow. Jess is out. Tracy is not here tomorrow. So it'll be me, Heather, and Ani having the time of our lives with you. We have a big wheel that we're going to be spinning. We're going to have a lot of fun. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I love you to pieces, and I will see you all very soon. Good night, my friends.